My name is JSweet, and I have chosen to do my final paper on Children and the Benefits of Internet Use in the Library for LSC 530 Text and Tools for Tots to Teens. Welcome and thank you for viewing my Ignite presentation. The reason I have chose this topic is because as a first-year school library media specialist in a public school, I have observed the following. First, my library is very old. The books and resources are completely out of date. Second, there is no computer access for students in the library. Third, there is no technology for me to use to teach the students. No Elmo or Ziggy, which are overhead projector tools, no laptops, no tablets. The library still uses cards to check out books. It is not digitalized. So I needed to ask myself, how is this affecting my K through 5 students? So I needed to look at the important question regarding internet use in the school library. Just how important is it to have in a 21st century library? I personally feel that there are many different opinions regarding this question, as well as different ways to look at it. Let's look at the different ways internet should be taught in a K through 5 school. Face it, you cannot put a student in front of a computer and give the child internet access, then walk away. So let's first take a look at the selection of tools to access the internet. First, we can look at internet use through computer access. We would probably all agree that desktop computers are the most common tool used to gain access to the internet in a school library. Many school libraries have a computer lab for students and faculty internet use. Second, laptops are becoming more popular in school and school libraries. They are more convenient because they are portable and easy to use. However, this may not be the case if the school is not properly wired for internet use. Third, tablets have recently been introduced into the schools within the past few years. They are even more convenient than laptops for quick access to the internet as well as educational games and activities. In the library setting, students can get ebooks and read them right on their tablet. The last tool I will discuss is the handheld devices, in other words, smartphones or iPods in some cases. These are the newest form of technology now being allowed in some schools and school libraries. While originally phones were confiscated by teachers, these devices are now utilized for classroom and library lessons and activities. Now, I would like to discuss when should internet use be taught. Personally, the city I work in does not have a technology curriculum. However, I wanted to look at when would be the most appropriate time to teach internet use to K through 1st, 2nd through 3rd, and finally 4th through 5th grade. According to the New York City Department of Education, it is not taught in kindergarten and 1st grade. 2nd and 3rd grade students will be introduced to the internet searching from a safe site selected by a classroom teacher or librarian. In 4th and 5th grades, students will be introduced to ethical behaviors by citing sources obtained from the internet for research assignments and projects. This is just the first and more basic step as they prepare for research in junior and senior high school. Another area I will go further into is looking at which students will benefit the most from internet use in the library. Every school has struggling students, average students, and gifted students. So which group needs internet access in school libraries the most? First, I will focus on those students who struggle in school. They are the students who are physically disabled, for example, vision, hearing, and those with limited mobility. We also have those students who have learning disabilities, for example, autism, dyslexia, motor sensory. Additionally, struggling students can also be defined as those who do not consider English as a primary language, as well as those students who are chronically ill and are absent for the majority of the school year. Internet use in the school libraries can also assist your average everyday students in many ways. These students are those that receive average grades and do not have any struggles with day-to-day assignments. So how can internet use in the library get them more excited about schoolwork and give them a little challenge? Lastly, we have our gifted students. These are students who are quick and independent learners in reading. They have no problem keeping up with the classwork. However, this will eventually become mundane for them. So what happens when grade level reading material is not a challenge? For my research paper, I will be looking into a few ways some schools have implemented internet use in the library. One program is a Globe program, which is a worldwide program that uses the internet to create a large collaborative network of students, teachers, and scientists. The program helps school library media specialists bring math, science, and information technology to the classrooms. Another one is a school in Alberta, Canada, that has a laptop program called Emerge One-to-One Laptop Learning Project, which provides teachers and students with internet access all day long. In conclusion, I am excited to share with my LSC 530 class my findings about the benefits of Internet use in the School Library Media Center. The 21st century librarian has an exciting challenge ahead, and we should all embrace this with an open attitude and a creative mind.